Running round like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, liar, liar. coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the putting in the
Oh, can you save me? Please come and chase me. 'Cause I ran from everything I know. Even though I gave all of my love to you, try so hard to keep this flame that grew between us, but my own past won't let please come and chase me. 'Cause I ran from everything I knew. Even though I gave all of my love to you, try so hard to keep this flame that grew between us, but my own past won't let me move. Under the pressure of the light, forcing myself to change so rooftop talk, every stolen kiss, every late night walk, every secret wish, every second chance, every time we dance underneath the light of the street lamp. I don't know why I let you, but you had to light a spark in me. Lost control, falling over, getting pulled in by your gravity. Thought that I had figured it out, never felt it rationally, but this sense of urgency has me wondering. Thought that I had figured it out, nothing could get through to me, but this kind of chemistry has me wondering. When you're not around it, all goes black and white. How come I'm not seeing in color? Lost without you, I can't make it through the night. How come I'm not seeing in color? How come I'm not seeing in color?
The future looks good on you, and I'm looking good here on stream. I'm feeling good here on stream. We're ready for some Premier action. Yesterday we had Challenger. As you all know, if you have played in Rising Star or Challenger, we have the FifaE format. So it's groups. Each team plays each other twice, both in games and in series. So totaling 4 total games against your opponents in that group. And then the number 1 seed of the group moves on with a bye to day number 2. The following middle people in that group will get to play in to those people with the bye. And the bottom of your group, unfortunately, you are eliminated. You are out. And for Premier, it is 2 groups of 6, 5. I'm so smart. 2 groups of 5 here shown on screen. We got Group A with Bemidji, Kansas City, Burnsville, Fargo, Green Bay. And then, of course, Group B with Brainerd, Duluth, Omaha, Minneapolis, and Chicago. So the bottom 2 of these groups at the end of all of the games will be eliminated. The number 1, highlighted in red and yellow here, will have that bye going into the playoffs of Major 1, and of course the 2 middle of the pack teams that were at the 2nd and 3rd position will play into them the following week. Now, both of these groups here looking pretty strong. Starting off early from Bemidji Lumberjacks and Brainerd Victory with 2-0 over Green Bay and Chicago Jungle. We'll slowly be updating these as results come in. Teams were allowed to reschedule and play some of these early, which is why we have some already played. And we probably won't have everything all done by the end of today. I'm not sure exactly what all the reschedules were. I know you had quite a ways actually to get this group done all the way into December. So we'll be patient as those teams play, as brackets finalize. But of course, looking here at all the action, we got Kansas City versus Bemidji as your first match. We'll see those 2 games played. We won't necessarily have a winner for the series. Maybe it'll be a tie. Maybe it'll be a loss. Teams can actually tie in this format. You can have 1-1 results, and that is just kind of a net, not good, not bad situation. You want to be looking to get those wins, but the ties are definitely not bad, especially if you're getting wins in other matches. You just don't want to be going negative. And then following that up, we'll have Brainerd versus Minneapolis, followed by Bemidji, then facing Burnsville, and then finally Omaha facing Duluth to end the day. Of course, all of the major action will be here on the Midwest Car Soccer. Make sure you drop a follow. You don't want to miss any of it, as we have absolutely no one in the lobby yet. They are slacking. They're peaking. I'm going to look at these 2 rosters. I'm not as familiar with Premier as I am Challenger and Rising Star, simply because I do not have a Premier team, but I know all the players very, very well. And I'm sure that they are all looking to really make a name for themselves. This is the first time where we get to see everyone play each other, in the sense that you have a winner at the end of the day. You have someone who beat every single other team in this tournament, and will have gathered a lot of points for the rest of the season, probably clinched land just because of how many points you get. And then also they get that confidence going into the rest of the season. They don't have to worry as much about points or about the land scenarios. They kind of just get to know, all right, we were the best team at that time, and we get to continue to prove that we are the best team. Bemidji here lower on the standings, 0-3 to start their season. And then Kansas City in a better position, up 2-1 in series score from the past 3 weeks. So Outlaws looking better in the standings, but standings aren't everything. Who is ever better on the field will matter. Outlaws starting roster is Korup, Hawk, and Fishy. I believe I have seen them play before, and they look pretty strong. So as far as prediction goes, I'm probably going to go with them. Bemidji has Haha Boo, Bubbly Reaper, and Trickster, previously known as Tricky. Good old Tricky RL. Both of these teams have an incredibly mechanical first. Bemidji with Haha Boo, and then Outlaws with Korup. Both players are incredibly, incredibly deadly on the ball. We're going to be looking to see how can like Bubbly and Tricky support Hahabu versus how can Hawk and FifaE support Core. Quite interesting, Tricky and FifaE playing together on UW-Madison, and now they are the thirds of these two teams facing off against each other. A little bit of maybe a rivalry there, something to look at in the head-to-head. Bubbly Reaper, of course, Prem Champion, Demo Merchant, name kind of precedes him almost. I haven't seen Hawk as much beyond that one series that I watched and casted when they played against Brainerd. They did come out on top against Brainerd. Not too sure about his play style or how he might fall into this team for the Outlaws. I do know, however, I feel like Lumberjacks has got to be an offensive team. Hahabu and Bubbly on the offensive third, and maybe they've been struggling to get that offense rolling. Maybe they've been pinned down in defense just because I can't see the team with those three names being 0-3 in the standings. It's a little weird to me. So I feel like they would be a little bit more comfortable creating those chances, scoring those goals. They need to lock in and join up. I'm actually just waiting for the players, trying to ramble away. You're on the 22nd of November. I honestly I want to look at the season schedule, not just the major schedule. See how things are coming up. Oh, we do have the season points. Good eats on that. Bring up the season points or the major one points. All right, here's a little bit of scenarios. So for Premier, the points is actually reduced to reflect the relative amount of points from the season, because otherwise Major One would be worth so much more comparatively to Rising Star and Challenger. So we get first place with 23 points. That is effectively 4 weeks and a little bit of extra change of winning. And then second place still with 19, almost 4 wins effectively. And then third, fourth still sitting pretty on the 14 points. Fifth through sixth, which I feel like most teams are just really looking to get out of that group, guarantee those 9 points, because that is effectively like 2 weeks of winning. That can be very, very huge on your season. You do not want to end up 7th through 10th, bottom of your group, the bottom two on each of those groups getting eliminated, getting absolutely 0 points. Not exactly what you want. Especially when Major One is a lot of times seen as the way to like kickstart your season back into overdrive, if that makes sense. In that the teams that started off 0-3, like your Bemidji's, they want to do well in this major because they can make those points back up from a good performance here. The tiebreaker scenarios, of course, series wins trumps all. If you are 6 series wins to someone else's 5, of course, you're going to move on. They won't. Then if the series wins are tied, we'll look to game wins, see if there's any game win differential. And then, of course, head-to-head for your 2-way ties. If there's somehow a 3-way or a 4-way tie, and all of those are the same, we'd look to initial seed to see who moves on and who doesn't. We can only hope that it doesn't go to that spot. Otherwise, we'll have another clash land situation, which we want to avoid at all costs. Here's the schedule for the rest of the MCS season. Season 12, of course, going strong on our 12th season. Of course, we already had the combines. We had the draft. We had all of week 1 through 3 played out. We are currently sitting in Major 1, which will take the place over about 3 weeks just because we have that beautiful holiday weekend break in between for Thanksgiving. Make sure you guys spend some time with your family. Get some good meals, get some rest, some well-deserved off time. Then going into split 2, we have 8 whole weeks of gameplay, one of them not being a doubleheader. So it's not fully reduced, but it's a lot more games. It's a lot more regular season to play after Major 1. And then, of course, Major 2 coming up at the end of January range. That will be even more important for those points, for those last little bits of scenarios to try and clinch your LAN. Top 8 make LAN in both Challenger, Premier, and Rising Star. Those teams will be playing at UW River Falls to determine the champions of Season 11. I'm looking forward to it already. Season 12, yes. I'm so smart. Why do I? Oh my goodness, the seasons go by too fast. I was just here and it was season 7 like 2 days ago. And now we're in season 12. That's okay. And unfortunately for us, Bemidji might not have a team, which is why I've been yapping away. Rate the yap. Spam ones in chat if you've been liking the yap. I want to see all the ones. Let's go loading. W1s in the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea where these teams are, and I'd love to talk more about Premiere, but I think we're gonna toss it to a break. Try and get some gameplay coming your way, hopefully. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, we're back. We have some gameplay finally. Players slightly slow to join the lobby, but I guarantee you they will not be slow on the pitch as we see the kickoff go the way of Bemidji, I believe. Right, Tricky's on Tricky's on Bemidji. There we go. Locked in over Jaws' head. Jaws subbing up for Corrupt. I believe in Jaws. He's a champion. He's a Rising Star champion. But unfortunately, he's in a Premier lobby, and that makes it significantly harder to perform. But they do get a kickoff goal. Absolutely clutch here. Off the kickoff, Hawk just getting a solid 50. FifaE with an immediate follow-up. Bubbly Reaper gets the demo, padding those stats for the demos, but unfortunately, the game is now tied 1-1. Not the way that Bemidji want this to go, considering that Jaws is playing from the grave, essentially. He just came out of nowhere to prevent the FF and is now seeking another goal. Tricky on the back end, gets the save. Jaws now leaving this one on the wall for FifaE. Jaws circling around like a shark in water, trying to shoot once again. Saved away for Bemidji. This time Hahabu with the credit, leaving it for Tricky. Gameplay being incredibly slow, incredibly awkward for Premier Lobby. Just really weird looks from everyone. Jaws leaving that one. FifaE scoring this. What is happening to the Lumberjacks? Oh my goodness. Absolute cinema so far. Hahabu missing the wall dashes. This one just rolling right in. That is peak performance. That is peak human performance right there. I'm pretty sure we're in the Olympics and we're setting some world records, because this is absolute cinema so far. Hawk now up off the wall. Has a little bit of boost to work with. Tries to ground double it. Unable to get the second touch, though. Follow-up missed from Jaws. FifaE back alone. Low boost. Has to leave this one. Not that he wants to leave it. He just physically cannot go to it. Jaws now into the corner. All three on the backboard. Miss comes out. Just incredibly awkward gameplay. Jaws now up. Misses this touch. Tricky turns in. Tries for the pass mid. Gets it around to one, but FifaE is there on the defense. Now Hawk playing it around another. Has boost on the wall. Flicks it up over one. Goes for the bump. Gets the bump, but Tricky still with the touch. 50-50 comes out. This ball played into the corner. Hawk now on the rush back. Plays it around Trickter. And Hawk keeping control on this ball. Keeping the boost management. Passing this one mid to Jaws. Jaws with the early shot. Hahabu easily saves this one away. Hawk on the rotation out. Lets FifaE come in. 50-50 out into the midfield. Trickter up. Off into the corner. Trickster in the corner, stealing the boost, but Hawk on the air dribble again. Once again, great control, great boost management. Good first touches coming out from him, but needs a little bit more on the defense and gets it from FifaE off the backboard. Control touch, has some boost, has some follow. Not exactly the best though. Bubbly Reaper and testing shot on. Hahabu with more boost, tries to go for a psycho touch, but ends up centering it mid. Shot opportunity, miss off the crossbar twice. And Hawk would absolutely have loved to put that one away, try and get even more of a lead against this Bemidji squad. And FifaE is able to do so. Absolute cinema once again. I mean, I was predicting KC, but I was thinking Corrupt would be here, but instead we get Jaws. And apparently Jaws is just better than Corrupt. I don't know what to say. Jaws has been playing his role. He hasn't been perfect, but he hasn't needed to be. Bemidji just looking kind of lost out here, I'm not going to lie. Maybe they are not in the woods. Maybe they're not able to cut down the trees as they would like. The Lumberjacks instead find themselves in the middle of an ocean, stranded, and Jaws, the music and the player, playing in the background, slowly coming for them. They're going to get eaten. The clock ticking down. Jaws on the air dribble, tries to play it under Hahabu. Hahabu way better to it. Seen much more threatening shots come his way and saved said shots. And now a flick opportunity, and Hahabu slaps that one away. 2 minutes left on the clock. Hahabu just absolutely saucing Jaws. No more Jaws music, unfortunately. Hahabu replacing it with the evil laughs of his goal explosion. Really weird kickoff attempted from Bemidji. Really fast sheet out of Hahabu. Tried to hit the ball, ends up getting a demo. Good enough. Now almost missed, comes out, but the defense still holding strong until Hahabu gets another one. The laughing goal explosion, the giant red eyes, Jaws just stranded back in net alone, unable to get the read on this one. Perfectly played by Bemidji, finally looking like a premier team again. They cannot show up this flat and expect to get the win. This format kind of forgiving in the sense that, you know, if you lose this one and win the next one, you're not in a bad spot. But it's also unforgiving in that you have to immediately perform, right? You can't come out game 1 and 2 and look slow for both. You have to at least turn it up for game 2. Hawk turning it up here, plays that one in, getting the lead back for Kansas City. Cole probably smiling so far about how this result has gone, considering the circumstances with Jaws needing to sub up. 50-50 comes out from Fishy, pass out to Hawk. Hawk goes for the demo. Jaws, so awkward, ends up back flipping on the aerial. Hahabu being Jaws' worst nightmare here. I feel like, even though we're watching the replay, I feel like Jaws would have loved to just skip that because that was abysmal. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I love you, Jaws, but, like, we need to be hitting that if we're going to be winning in Premier. Although I say that, and it is still tied, so maybe that says something about how Bemidji has been performing so far. This ball up into the backboard, played out by Hawk. Fishy off into the side, has no more boost, leaves it. Shot opportunity, Hahabu's shot saved away by Jaws this time. Hawk in the corner, ends up leaving it. Trickster shot on target, saved away by Fishy. Jaws now has a little bit of control, has a little bit of space, is immediately bumped off, just absolutely railed off the ball. Now to the sidewall, Hahabu trying to get some control. Fishy with an immediate challenge, Hawk up to follow. This ball floating into the middle. Who's there first? It is Trickster. Fishy now up to challenge his college teammate. Hahabu into the corner. Has a little bit of space, not a lot of boost though, and an immediate challenge from Jaws. Plays that ball over to Fishy. Fishy needing a follow-up touch, gets it. Hahabu up, off to the backboard. No follow-up just yet. Trickster shot not quite good. Bubbly Reaper trying to play this one mid to a teammate. Jaws, no boost, no contact, no problem though. So far they've been safe. They have absolutely no boost for any of them. All three 0 on to their names, but they've managed to hold off. They just need to hold off a little bit longer. Hahabu unable to get the shot around, and that will be game 1 overtime on the way. Inch out into the middle. 50-50s flying. Now a shot opportunity. 1-on-1 chance. Fishy not quite able to get the flick, and another miss comes out. Team pinch back to Jaws actually. Lets him buy a little bit more time. Pop this one mid. Steals the boost. Boost starving is the KC. They were being starved out at 0 seconds just earlier, but now they're finally having the chance. The kickoff played a crucial part in actually breaking their defensive, parking the bus strategy. And now we see a little bit of KC offense once again. Good rotations, keeping the ball on their side, but Bubbly Reaper now beats one, has the ceiling double, tries to follow it up, gets the air dribble over one, but Hawk is there. Plays this one to this corner, bump up from Hahabu, wall dashes to follow, an immediate shot on target. Fishy and Jaws both commit to get that one out. Hawk with a big clear. Bubbly Reaper left back alone on low boost, pops this one up for a teammate who's there first. Fishy cuts it out. Fishy touch over to Hawk. Hawk back to Fishy. Jaws is in support, trying to play bump is Fishy, unable to get it through. Now Bubbly Reaper running low on boost. Hawk also low on boost, gets a challenge off. Hahabu tries for the pinch. Does successfully play it around one, but Jaws is back there waiting. Hawk now pop up. Has a flip, has air dribble, more control out of him, flicks it over one. Fishy is up, beating Trickster to the ball. Now Jaws into the corner, misses the 50. Hawk is there in support. Plays it around one, avoids the demo, plays it into the corner, looking for the bump now instead of the ball, and that is such a good play out of him. Jaws able to turn that one in. The Rising Star sub, absolutely clutch here. We see a close angle shot, but the important part was Hawk's play in the corner there. Not only playing it into the midfield, but also clearing the defense, clinical out of KC. They get that win. Very crucial for having to play with a sub up. I do wonder what Bemidji's, thinking. That wasn't exactly a pretty loss out of them. They looked really, really slow at the beginning, and I thought, okay, now that they've scored some goals, they're locked in, they're going to get it. But then we saw mistake after mistake and them conceding in overtime, and that is just not a good look when you have such a massive skill gap in the sub up. So Jaws, I guess, effectively redeeming himself from that miss earlier, but haha boo, now no longer here to play. Just slotting that one toward the left side of that, even though Hawk was trying to defend on backboard, just too powerful, right over the head of Hawk and into the back of the net. 1-0 lead here quickly for Bemidji. They can only hope that they get a little bit more of a lead, and they will here. Bubbly Reaper there in the corner, taps that one in. 15 seconds and already 2 goals. This is what I thought game 1 would be like, but, props to the underdogs and absolute cinema, I guess. 4.5 minutes now remaining on the clock. Jaws tries to get a pop-up, using all of his boost to try and get a bump, missing both the bump and the ball. Pass middle, more shot opportunities falling for Bemidji. Not quite in, but that redirect is haha boo, taps it over from Trickster's pass middle. Absolutely crazy shot. Jaws, no idea where that ball is going. Jumps back, accidentally taps it in, but that was a clean shot and would have went in eventually anyway. Can't really blame him on the quick react for that one. Now 50 out. Bubbly Reaper, high off the ceiling, getting that double. Hawk now with boost, has more control, playing it under 1, tries for the follow, flips it around the second. Jaws now into the corner, has a little bit of boost, immediately challenged though by Bubbly. Fishy now into the corner, all bouncing up high. Fishy tries for the flip, unable to get a follow-up touch. Hawk there to beat it out. Hawk has been absolutely crucial so far, especially in that game 1, getting a lot of really good control touches, playing the ball out of some really fishy, scary spots in the defense. Jaws now into the middle, 50-50 out from Hawk. Bubbly Reaper is there, taps it up over 1, tries to pass one down mid. Hawk is there to cut it out once again. We see him on the defense. He's been very active this game. Now it's kind of just asking, what can Fishy and Jaws do to help support him, try and get some of those offensive chances converting once more. Hawk pass up. Jaws is there, taps it around haha boo, trying for the bump on haha. Haha better to it. Now has a pop-up, has boost, has control. Using all of it to dribble it up. Fishy with an immediate challenge. Bubbly Reaper tap down. Jaws there to cut it out early actually. And haha boo forced to rush back. Has a little bit of boost, calls Bubbly Reaper in to get an early challenge, so that way he can use that boost in reserve to try and immediately transition into offense. Hawk now with control, leaves it for a teammate. Fishy unable to get the shot. Jaws tap over 1. Trickster is there, places one into the corner. Bump on the play, haha boo cutting in to ensure that this ball is still in orange possession. Now Trickster back alone, low boost, haha boo missing his touch. Trickster luckily getting the double off of that sidewall, bailing them out. Now Fishy, low back, has to get this 50 and does. Haha boo trying to play interference, unable to steal the boost away from Fishy, forced to retreat. Trickster up into the midfield, Hawk there first. Haha boo up toward the backboard once again. Hawk once again also covering just so well. Bump on the play, Hawk forced off the ball. Fishy now with a fake. Bump on the play, this ball being passed mid. Jaws is there to finish, and that is what KC need if they're going to get this game win to try and tie up before moving on to the next group stage match. 2 minutes now, definitely doable, but they're going to need 2 more. Inch out into the midfield. Jaws with an early challenge. Trickster bang this one to the ceiling. 50-50 coming out. More gameplay to the favor of KC so far. I mean, it hasn't been the worst. They haven't conceded an insane amount here. They continue to just play a pretty good goal line defense. They just are struggling to get out of it, however. The clear's not fully there. 50-50s are there. The control touches are there. But they have yet to get a nice, big, booming clear. Jaws finally able to do so, buying a little bit of time and space. Has another touch as a pass toward FifaE. FifaE unable to get it. Haha Boo once again there. The offensive stints just aren't long enough for KC. They find themselves very frequently being pushed back in their defensive third. Now Haha to the sidewall. Bubbly Reaper is there for the save. FifaE early shot. Hawk into the ceiling. Tricky plays it around 2. FifaE is up, bumped off the play actually by Tricky. Now Bubbly Reaper taps this one up. Trickster in the corner, tries to play this one mid. Jaws gets a crucial touch, has some boost to follow. Taps this one out for a teammate. Bubbly Reaper cuts it before FifaE can get there. Jaws now low boost, misses the ball. Hawk also none able to make contact. Trickster shot on net, not quite on target, however. FifaE leaving this one for Hawk. Hawk with some control, plays this one to the sidewall. Double tap from Haha Boo, stalls this ball out. 50-50 toward net. Jaws pops this one up. Time ticking down. Time almost entirely gone. And that will do it. The tie comes out. They get the regain. Kind of an embarrassing loss, to be honest, in game 1, but luckily they didn't let it affect them too much. They locked down game 2, and that is the first round of the group. Haha Boo with a psycho just to show that he can do it. Bubbly Reaper tries for the double tap. FifaE saves it away. No clip farming for you today, he says. And that will be it for the first group stage match. For Premier, I have to leave in 60 seconds, so I'm gonna head out of here. I'll be back possibly to cast some of the later matches. Other than that, just enjoy the gameplay, kick your feet back, and relax, and I'll see you guys.
Diving in, getting let down, finding it out for myself. No one else can pull me out. Count to 10, clear my head now. Getting up, gonna go out just to see if I still know how. I can hardly feel, but I try to pretend. I put my hand on my heart just to see if I'm human. You hold your breath just to see if you can. When you've been broken, when you've been broken, could there be an answer in the hurt that set me free? More than all these empty words that brought me to my knees. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken, but I'm hoping. And I'm broken. And I'm broken. Let it in, I can take it. Learn the sound of the changes. Nothing else can drown it out. Put myself in a racing. Made a bet and I'll raise it. Just to know that I still count. I can hardly feel, but I try to pretend. I put my hand on my heart just to see if I'm human. You hold
growing older. I don't wanna believe that this is the end. I've been fighting that fire for far too long. Now it's gone. You can climb much higher where you belong. Now it's gone. I've been fighting that fire for far too long. Now it's gone.
I'm just trying to get out of my mind at this point. I'm just trying to get out of my mind at this point. I'm just trying to get out of my mind at this point.
be not.
Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Press play. Don't pause. Don't pause. Press play. Press play. Press play. Press play. Press play. You are